What do I want to be when I grow up? I want to be rich. Hey guys, how are you doing? Listen, when I was in middle school, high school, I don't know, but it seemed like you had to get straight A's to get into a good college, to get a good job one day. And luckily for me, beginning of 8th grade, I did get straight A's, and mostly in high school, I got all A's too. And it was in my senior year when I took a trip with my father to meet some relatives we hadn't seen in a while, and I had the chance to drive a Lamborghini Diablo. Car was relatively new at the time. It had less than 5,000 miles. I remember I stalled it because I didn't know all the way how to drive a stick shift. I've got it. I've got memories of it. It's on video on VHS tape. But basically, the weekend I drove that Lamborghini, a few days later I realized that, hey, I've got this all the wrong way. If I were to ever want to own a Lamborghini or any sports car or dream car that I've had since I was a kid, it's not going to happen. And it's not going to happen while I'm still young. Without owning a business, without owning some kind of a system or some cash flow, so some kind of an investment where the money keeps coming in. So thinking about all of this, my quest to figure out how to get rich, how to get wealthy began. The first question is, what is wealth? What's the difference between wealthy and what's the difference between rich? See, when you Google a celebrity's name online, what do you usually see? Some of the suggestions are so-and-so net worth, right? And that's a starting point to see how much wealth someone has. But the true formula for wealth is how long that wealth will last if the money stops coming in. How quickly, how long will it take for that money to evaporate to zero? Say for instance, you have $10 million in the bank, but you're spending $1 million every year. So theoretically, you're going to run out of that money in 10 years, right? Well, hopefully you have some kind of money-making system, some kind of a business, some real estate, whatever, some investment that's paying you back, so that you're only spending the money that's coming in. You never touch the principal, like Kevin O'Leary says, right? Don't touch the principal. Well, in that same light, I went through bookstores and came across books and started figuring out what I had to do. And of course, I read those classics like How to Be a Millionaire or what's that one called? Millionaire Next Door. And they helped a lot. Some of these books I read them 2-3 times. The other thing I quickly understood was that what I really wanted to be, what I really wanted was to one day wake up at the time I wanted. Before this starts sounding like one of those paid schemes or one of those advertisements that you see on YouTube all the way, I'll just get to it. Look, it's very simple what you have to do. I think these guys, the TV, the media, your CNBC, Fox News, whatever, these stock tickers, they're making it harder than it needs to be. What you gotta remember is that there's 3 ways to get money, right? You're gonna earn it, then you're gonna hopefully save it, and then you're gonna invest it. Now, saving is what I want to talk to you about in this video. Saving 10, 15, 20%, although is very good, it's not where you want to be at. You want to be at saving half of your income. You want to be at socking away half your money. If you're not there yet, you need to be actively working towards saving half of your money. You know, there's different ways to motivate yourself into saving half your paycheck. One could be, hey, I worked 6 months of the year and the other 6 months I don't have to work anymore. The other motivation could be, hey, after 2 years, I have 1 year's to show for it. See, this is what I'm trying to get at. Today, what year is it? 2020, 2021, where 2021 is almost here. 5 years later, what are you going to say? I have five more years of experience at this job, in this field. That's good. But wouldn't you rather say, yeah, 5 years later, let's imagine yourself 5 years later saying, yeah, you know what I have to show for it? I have half of all those days I worked to show for it in my bank. I'll give you a quick example. Let's say you make $3,000 a month, right? On average, let's just forget taxes and let's just say take home, okay? You don't work weekends, maybe you do. Let's just say you get $100 a day, right? Because in 1 month, $100 times 30 days is about $3,000. So let's just say you get $3,000 every month that you have to show for. If you save 10%, you're only saving 3 days of your work. The end of the year, that's only a month, 35 days at best. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You want to get out of the rat race. You want to get out of this slavery, this job, the working for the man, whatever you want to call it. You want to quickly get out of this situation. Now, the best way to do that is save half your income. Look, don't even get me started on what to invest in. And look, there are certain things I like, certain things I don't. But stocks, let's just say, I'm not a stock guy, but let's just say, you're going to say, oh yeah, you know, man, I'm studying the charts. I'm going to study technical analysis and, I've got this good thing and they say the stock's going to go up. Let's just say you got $1,000 that you put in stock X. Let's just call it Tesla. You buy 2 shares for $500 each. If Tesla goes up 4%, what is 4% out of $1,000? $40. So all that hard work in studying if Tesla's gonna go up or which stock is gonna go up just for $40. Look, the reality is you need big money in the stock market for that swing up. So if you go up 4%, let's say you have $10,000, you're gonna go up $400. That's still not worth my time. I don't know, maybe it is for you. But for me, going up $400 in 1 day and not even being 100% sure if it's gonna happen or not, that's not really my thing. What I'd rather do is have at least $100,000. That way, if you go up 4%, you're gonna go up $4,000. Obviously, you could go down $4,000 and instead of 6 figures now you got 5, right? You only got 96 grand now. I'm not talking about stocks here. I'm just saying it's real money. See, you have these sexy headlines in magazines like Money Magazine, Fortune, Forbes, saying what to do with $5,000, or what to do with your $1,000, put it in this fund or that. Come on, man. You need to save some real money before you even work hard on where to put that money, okay? I wouldn't, look, whether you're investing $1 million in some stock or any investment or $100, it's going to require your same due diligence, right? It's going to require the same amount of time. Just because you're putting down $1,000 on a company you think is going to do well doesn't mean you're going to spend less time. I hope not. You're not going to spend less time researching that company, figuring out if you should put money in this or not. So I'm saying don't even think about what you're going to put your money in. Just get used to this. Get used to saving half your money. Gradually build up. Let's say you save 10% of your money. Again, let's do even numbers for you to understand. Let's say your salary, or you get a pay increase, you get a pay bump, and you get a new job or whatever the case may be. Let's say you spend $100,000 a year, and now you're gonna make $110,000 a year. Instead of living to the fullest, why don't you treat yourself and spend an extra $1,000 in the upcoming year to celebrate, and the other 9, throw it towards saving. You gotta gradually get to that 50% mark. If you can, it's even better if that number goes up higher and higher. than 50. Hell, take it a 90 if you can take it. If you can just live on 10% of all the money that's coming in, do that. But you really need a shift in thinking. You need to shift the way you think. You need to shift the way you do everything. Because as I heard recently, personal finance, it's really about personal behavior. The numbers are all easy. It's the emotions. I'll give you another example. See, when you drive a car that's only $5,000, nothing impressive, it just gets you to point A to B, you could feel bad about it. Like, hey, my buddies, they got a brand new car, they spent $28,000 on. Well, they didn't spend it, they're probably paying $500-$600 a month, right? But see, when you can go out and pay cash for these cars, yet you don't feel so bad. See, I think when first of all, it's only a sacrifice. See, having that sacrifice, you don't feel bad. You actually feel good. Hey, I'm sacrificing. I'm going to choose to continue to drive this $5,000 car. That's not very impressive, but I know in the back of my mind, I can go and pay cash for a $50,000 car if I wanted to, Benz or $100,000, whatever. But you don't. When you don't feel so bad, because in the back of your head, again, same thing with your job. I'm not saying quit your job, but hey, it won't seem like slavery as much. It won't be as stressful anymore, because you're doing it just for some extra money. Hey, you already got your hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hell, hopefully you got a bunch of money that's just pouring in, but you just go to work for the routine, and hey, you don't mind another $50,000, $70,000, whatever the case might be. So there's a big difference in having no options and not spending, and not being able, and being in a weird circumstance such as not having the best car out there, versus knowing, hey, if I wanted to, I could go get any car I wanted, right? So begin to change your mind. You don't need the latest phone, all those tips and tricks. You don't need the latest gadgets. What you need is single focus. Now remember, what are you saving for? Saving just to save? No, you're saving to invest. We'll talk about what avenues are best for investing, but really, the goal you need to have is to save $250,000. Save $250,000. Start with $100,000. Have that in the bank, and then you can go researching what's the best thing to do. I'll see you guys soon. I'll go in more greater detail. And yeah, I did buy my dream car last year that I wanted since I was 9 years old. You'll see videos of those, and you'll see the video of the car, the first car that was ever put in my name, and I held on to it. It's about to go. But I'm going to make a video about how you go from such a car to the dream car that I always wanted. And no, it's not a Lamborghini. It's something you don't see on the road as much, actually. It's very uncommon, and I promise to you when I say traffic stops, people are staring. Because see, the neighborhood I live in, there's a few Lambos, there's a few McLarens and all that. And you got all these people. Now, I don't know if those guys are paying $1,200 a month lease or $2,500. But I know that the car I always wanted, I own outright. All right, I've got the pink slip, baby. I've got the title in my hand. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I look forward to doing more videos. And one last thing before I go, leave a comment below. Tell me, how much have you been saving every month? Huh? What's your goal? Where are you at? Huh? How much did you save last month? All right, take care. Bye.